Why Young Adults in Recovery? Project AMP is a brief mentoring intervention that offers support for youth at low to moderate risk of alcohol or other drug use. Delivered by young adults with personal experience of recovery from substance use disorders, known as peers or mentors, Project AMP recognizes the valued role that peers can play in promoting youth substance use prevention and wellness. As part of our project, we visited healthcare and school settings where Project AMP was pilot tested and got to hear firsthand from mentors. Here, we will hear from Project AMP team members and mentors about all that young adults in recovery bring to Project AMP.
Young adults in recovery bring so much to the table. They've had to figure out how to find resilience, how to cope with the challenges they're facing, how to understand themselves, how to find wellness and health and what that means for them in their lives and where they're at, and also how to set goals and achieve goals. And they've had to do that in the face of incredible adversity, dealing with substance use in their teens or 20s.
I personally have really enjoyed connecting with young people in recovery, and the other therapist who did a lot of the referring, when she met the mentors, was really excited about that possibility as well of having young people with lived experience to be able to come and provide this support and a totally different relationship, not a teacher, not a therapist, not a parent, but someone who's older, not much, but older and can speak from a vantage point, maybe with a little bit more wisdom, and provide that support to the young person in a different way.
To be a peer mentor, to me, means coming at it with a different perspective. I'm not a judge, I'm not a doctor, I'm not someone's parent. I don't come with this list of consequences, and so it means that I'm able to share in a more vulnerable level, a more trustworthy level, and sort of open up and work at things.
A former youth participant of Project AMP had this to say.
For me and my mentor, it was more like a sister bond. We talked about anything and everything. She even asked me if I had homework that I needed to do. She was concerned and stuff like that. We had a strong connection.
When I was a younger person, I was incredibly unhappy. And that experience has made a big impact on the way that I view the role that I can play in another youth's life. Offering my experience and the solutions that I've encountered and experienced that were passed on to me from other people, I think is very important and can make a huge impact on people who can tell that I have experience with the kind of thing that they themselves are struggling with. I know for myself as a young person, I would not have taken on faith that some young adult or adult was being straight with me and honest with me about the risks and hazards of drug and alcohol use just based on the fact that they read something in a book. The first-hand experience that people in recovery bring to the table, I think, is indispensable.
A former youth participant of Project AMP had this to say.
I felt really comfortable talking to my mentor because she was really able to relate to me. I think it's really helped with just making things easier coping-wise. I feel like I don't need to just smoke anymore to feel better. I honestly think it's helped me find ways to distract myself. Yeah, it's had a very positive impact.
I know when I was in junior high and high school, we didn't talk about wellness. We didn't talk about mental health. We didn't talk about drugs and alcohol in a way that was relevant. So I think young adults who have that lived experience themselves have so much to bring into a relationship with an adolescent.